Inside of Plant 3D, there's a lot of modules that you can use to do different things. And one of those is to build equipment inside of Plant 3D. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. So welcome back. We're going to be focusing on AutoCAD Plant 3D in this video, and in particular the equipment editor, or how to create equipment inside of your model. So basically what you're going to do, pretty simple, you're going to come over here and you're going to go to equipment. We have our folder structure and we have an equipment folder just for those models. We're going to right click on that one and say new drawing. That's going to come over here and we're going to, give this a name. So MM for mechanical model. We're going to say area 100 because that's the one we're working in. We're going to say this is a horizontal vessel. Okay. Let's put our caps on, horizontal vessel. And we're going to say this is, 011. Okay. Who is our author? Well, that's going to be me. We're just going to leave this name A-more in here. Where's the file going to be saved at? We have this pathed out to our equipment folder. And then what is our template? If you have a client or if you have a template that you use to build out your models, then you'll use that. You'll set that up in the setup inside of Plant 3D. But in this case, we're just going to use out of the box template here, the DWT. So we're going to hit OK. Once that's loaded, then we are free to go ahead and create a model. But we need to know where that model is going to be located at. So if you have a laser scan, or if you have a temporary benchmark, or if you have another model that you want to come off of, then I would suggest referencing those inside of your model. So in this case, we're going to do our piping model. We've got some piping in there. We want to kind of make those match up a little bit. So we're going to do X reference. So right click on it, come down to X reference in current drawing. We're going to do an overlay. We're now going to do attach, relative path, insertion point is going to be 0, 0, 0. And we're going to hit OK. Okay, so here is our piping. Okay, and we're gonna make this horizontal vessel come off. Let's see here. We're going to come over here. We're going to do 12 feet and come this way. We're going to do 24 feet. Okay, so that's where we're going to start our model. So inside of Plant 3D, about 3/4 of the way down, you have these different ribbons and you have equipment. Okay. And there's a couple ways that you can get your equipment in there. One, you can create it from scratch, basically. You can come over here and modify equipment, attach equipment. So this attaches a basic AutoCAD object, and then you can make it intelligent and make it part of AutoCAD Plant 3D. You've got detach equipment, so you can detach it. And then you've got convert equipment. So classifies a 3D model as a 3D AutoCAD Plant 3D. So you convert it over to that. The other way is Inventor. If you've got Inventor and you got a model that's been done in Inventor, or you get a step file from a client or a vendor and you convert it over, you simplify it inside of Inventor, then you can export that out to Plant 3D. So what we're going to focus on is the create. So we're going to create a model. Okay. And in this case, we're going to do a horizontal vessel. They give you some templates from out of the box in Plant 3D. And so if you come down here and let's say we got our vessel and we're going to do horizontal. Okay. And it builds one from the template that is already loaded. And so you can come over here. You've got basically 3 components to this one right now. You got your head, your cylinder, and your head for the other side. And you can change these if you want to. Then you've also got your properties right here. What are these properties? Pressure class, your size. This is the nozzle in particular, but you got these properties that you can fill out. So we're going to come back over here. First thing you're going to do is you're going to hit tag. You're going to change this tag. Instead of TK, we're going to say HV, and we're going to call this 011. Okay. And we're going to hit assign. This tag's already been assigned because I've already done this. Tested this out and had an error, so I had to redo it. So it's still in the database. That's the reason it will not allow you to do it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to call this 112 in this case. We're going to hit assign. Okay. And then this is where you can kind of play around with your settings. But right now we're going to hit create so we don't lose what we've got. So we're going to hit create. And now you can see that we've got our vessel. Right now we're going to put it right here at our end of our line. And we're going to rotate it, let's say this way. Okay. While I'm here, I notice that my snaps are not where I like them, so I'm going to just go ahead and change those. Get rid of the node, midpoint, center, and intersection. We'll get rid of perpendicular. We'll get rid of nearest. Okay. House cleaning items. Okay. So now you see that we have our vessel here. Okay. And I don't really like the length of this one. So what we're going to do is you're going to right click on it, and then you're going to hit modify equipment. Okay. The other way that you can do it, if you want to, is come up here to your, ribbon and hit modify equipment. You're going to pick on that one. It brings us back into this, this area right here. So we're going to do our cylinder. We're going to make this instead of, 10 feet. We're going to make this, 20 feet. Okay. Now you will see, on the dimensions, you'll see D and H. If you look at the photo right over here on this side right here, you can see the H is the length and then D is the diameter. This little icon right here, it means it's locked to something else because your heads are the same size as your shell or your cylinder. They're all kind of interrelated. So instead of 4 feet, if we want to do this as 5 feet, we go back to our head and you will see that the heads have been changed to 5 feet. Once you're good with it, once you like it, then what you can do is you hit apply and you can see that the length of the vessel has changed. So we're going to hit OK. So we can zoom out and you can see that it is now longer than it was before. Now a vessel is no good without nozzles. And you can see right here, there are a couple nozzles, one that's on the head, and then there's another one that's on the cylinder. And so what we're going to do is we are going to start modifying these. Okay, so if you click on the one that's on the head, and what you'll want to do is you'll hit Control and click on it, and this little icon right here, this little pencil icon will show up. What you'll do is you'll click on the Edit Nozzle, okay, and then that will bring up another dialog box that is just for the nozzle. And so you can change a straight nozzle, you can do a bent nozzle, vent nozzle, manway. You can change your size, the type it is, whatever the unit is, whatever the pressure class is. And then on the nozzle side, you can actually pick, whether it's a flat face or a raised face or an RTJ, whatever you want to do. So in this case, we're going to change this to a 6-inch. Okay. And then if you click on the change location, you will see that you can change where in relation this is to your model. So if you look at again, the picture, you can see your A, which is your angle here, how far it's coming up, and then, how far is it from the center. So we're going to change the center. We're going to say this is, 12 inches. And you can see that it moved 12 inches to the side. We're going to, instead of a 3-inch projection, we're going to say this is a 12-inch projection. And you can see that it comes out. And then we wanted to rotate that around. Let's say we want this to be 30 degrees off of center. And now you can see that's coming up. So I want to change the R again. We're going to go 24 inches, just so it comes out just a little bit more. And then, so that now you've got your location of your nozzle. Once you're happy with it, then you're going to hit close. Okay. So that's how you modify the nozzle. Okay. Now, if you want to place a nozzle, okay, if you right click on it, right click on any of the fittings and you go to add nozzle. Now, 9 out of 10 times, I would say 99% of the time, you're never going to see a vessel that's just sitting on the ground or sitting on nothing. So what you're going to do is, again, you're going to right click on it, say we're going to modify equipment. Okay. And then we're going to add, go to the cylinder and we're going to say add trim. Okay. And you got a couple of different options. You got a stiffening ring here, you got a saddle, and you got a body flange. In this case, it kind of filters depending on what it thinks it should use. So we're going to use saddle. And then again, we've got our dimensions over here. And it's attached to cylinder number 1. So it's like you got number 2 cylinder, and then underneath there, you got your saddle. Okay. If we hit apply, you'll see that it pops in right here. Now we got to modify these dimensions. So what we're going to do is we're going to say L3, we want to spread those apart. Well, we made this thing 20 feet long, right? And we've got our L dimension. We have a 1'8" from the edge. So what we want to do is do some quick math. 20 feet minus 1'8", 18 inches. We're going to change this to 17 feet. We're going to hit apply. And you can see that the saddle spreads out. We can change the length if we wanted to. So if we click on right here, click on the H, how far does it come down? It's going from the center of the vessel to the bottom of the saddle. So right now we got 3'4". Let's say we want to make this 6 foot, and you'll see this extend down. We're going to hit apply, and then those come down. Now, so if you click on here, you will see that this icon right here changes depending on what you're changing and what it thinks it should be. So once you're happy with your vessel or your equipment, then you're just going to hit apply, and we're going to hit OK. And now we've got our vessel. If you notice that there's water droplets here, that means there's a disconnect. And so if you were in your piping model, you can go ahead and start routing your pipe from here. And you can see that the water droplets, now missing. So if you do route any kind of pipe that is inside your model, if you just select your pipe and hit delete, it will delete the piping, but it will not delete the nozzle that's attached to, because you'd have to do that manually inside the edit equipment. So there's a quick overview on creating equipment inside of Plant 3D. There's many different options you can put in there. You can put pumps, you can put exchangers, you can put vessels, of course. But get in there, play around with it. The more you work with it, the faster you'll be, the more it makes sense. I know it's confusing at first, but again, the more you do it, the better you are, the faster you are. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time.